This is going to be a quick video here. I'm starting to get some of the parts in for the cheapest possible Amazon Temu engine over there, and I finally got some stuff in. So mainly just going to go over real quick. There's a million videos on this, so I'm just going to cap it real quick. Piston ring. So I got the Molle standard piston rings off Amazon. I believe I had 50 bucks in the ring kit. I went with a decent one, not like a Temu one. Just because of the bore condition. If you haven't seen the condition of the block itself, check it out. I have the video prior. You can go back and look and see. I went ahead also too and just kind of waiting on parts. Beautified the block there. Just a little $6 can of metallic silver on there, so that's good. I have knocked out everything except for one because it is a very time-consuming process. And I don't want to waste your guys' time of me just sitting here filing, fitting, measuring like 50,000 times. So if you're doing this by yourself, you pull your rod and pistons out, you get your rings in here, you're going to pull out your old rings, and you're going to get a little pack if you're running the Molle. It's going to come with a little kit like this telling you which kind of ones you get. Long story short, just going to use the old ones for reference here. So you have your old three-piece oil rings, which are going to be the squiggly one here and the real thin ones. Those go on the bottom. Squiggly first, and then you put in the two small thin rings in to hold it in. Then you have your second ring and your first ring. Those are the ones you're going to gap. Did a little research. Molle's website, there's a formula for it, but they have a graph for if you're doing like boost, supercharger, nitrous range. And for this one, given that we kind of DIY'd it, and being semi-generous, I'm doing 26 on the top and 28 thousandths on the second ring. And then the bottom ones are just, they are what they are. That's the game plan. The main thing is just going to be cleaning up if you have a junkyard, pull out engine or something, it's going to be cleaning up the old pistons. Those can be great, or they can be very, very carbon buildup-y. Just takes a lot of time, as you can see, a lot of mess, a lot of parts cleaner and penetrating oil. I'm going to set you guys up here, rip these old rings off, grab yourself a pick, parts cleaner, a wire brush, or a flathead, and you're just going to carve out all the carbon on here. I'm doing it because I have the time to do it, and maybe going a little over the top or being a little bougie, but whatever, I don't care. I have the time, I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna set it up and knock this out. Once we're done, we're gonna bring the piston over to the specific hole that it's going into and gap the two rings. Let's clean this one up, and then we'll get to measuring, filing, and installing. And just to give you a good visual, got the rings off real quick. You can see there's the carbon buildup behind the rings I was talking about. Want to shoot for the shininess, pretty much have everything look like that, but you can see, especially right here, there's a big chunk of carbon right there. So that's where your picks and stuff going to come in handy. That's what this big old black pile mess is. So we'll press on. All right, now it's a little brake parts and some cleaning afterwards. Got it for the most part pretty solid. There's a little pieces left in there, but main thing is getting the big chunks out there. The reason behind that is because you want these rings to float on this piston here efficiently. So this can be moving all around the bore when everything's running around, and if everything's clogged up in there, you're not going to have good movement throughout your rings as far as scraping the oil off the piston walls, and could cause issues later down the road. Next step is going to be filing your ring. For anyone who's wondering, this is the Molle kit off Amazon. There's your part number right there, so you can pause the video if you want to use this kit. Of course, they have that coating on their rings, so when you have bores that necessarily aren't so perfect, this could help. Just a little bit extra. You can go with a standard steel ring or a factory ring if you want to. I chose to just pay the little extra buck and go ahead with the moly. You're gonna lay out your rings. This top ring is gonna be, for this kit, it has a little red on it on the end there, but it's pretty standard. It has the, you wanna look for the specific actual top of it will be utilizing a dot, which is right there. And then Moly uses their M logo, looks like an E, but it's an M. That is gonna be the second ring on your piston. 26 for the top. The second one with the Moly logo is gonna be 28. They'll also have a diagram of how to orientate these. With these flat top pistons, the dot always faces towards the front of the motor. In a short story, the bottom ones, or bottom 3 oil rings, you'll put them up top here, because this is obviously pointing that way towards the front of the motor. Second ring will go on the bottom as far as like the open gap part. And then the top ring will be on the top. Makes sense, right? Now the fun part and the fast forward part for you guys is I'm going to take each one of these rings, put them in here, get in a measurement. I've been trying to count if you have a ring filer, which I picked this up. You can probably get them at Harbor Freight, but this was online on Amazon for 10 bucks on sale. I did get this from Harbor Freight years ago. Can't tell you what the price is now, but they're pretty cheap. It is a ring, piston ring remover installer tool. You can get away without using it. You just got to be careful because you don't want to break these. They don't send you any extra. 10 bucks for this, 50 bucks for this. We'll put a little bit of oil on the rings when we're finally installing them onto the piston, and just some back and forth, measuring, filing 50,000 times. Back in there, you square the, I'm sure some of you probably already know this, but for the new people, you'll put the ring in there and you'll just square it in the bore. Take your measurement of the gap, shooting for 26 in the top, 28 in the bottom. If it's not there, come back, file some more off. You get the idea, a whole lot of that back and forth. 50,000 times. Time to set you guys up, and let's see if we can nail this. All right, and we are wrapped up with the second ring on gapping, and I just wanted to show one part, kind of didn't really cover it. Just make sure you only do one side. Preferably just have it up, you know, the ring on top with the logo or the dot, or if it says top on the ring itself. Medium pressure, and you saw me, you just rotate, and then you'll put it in the piston here. Take the bare piston and rod, or just a piston, doesn't matter if you have the rod on there or not. And I just typically get it out just past the skirt there. And if you look in there, you can see there's the gap. And that one is, I just typically let it rest right on the bore there. You can see on the feeler gauge with the light, it just barely gives me a little resistance when I pull out the feeler gauge there. That's good enough for me. All right, so on installing these, if you're running a flat top or one with a signature dot on here for these stock rods and pistons, just take note of that when you go to put everything on as far as orientation goes. I mean, these are, yeah, skirt's already worn, all that fun stuff, but it is what it is. So you're gonna start and work from the bottom up. So you wanna grab your oil ring, 3-piece oil ring. This is the middle piece here. Go ahead and feed it on and just walk it around like that. Now, a crucial part I did want to make sure is you don't overlap right there. You don't want that to overlap because it will easily when you, especially when you start putting these, yeah, just like that. See how it overlaps? Don't want that. Take note of that, line it up, 12 o'clock, try to hold it there. Got it, the split right in there, where all that wear is. Perfect. All right, and then you're gonna take one of your thin rings here, just corner and corner. It's a good, rule of thumb. And you'll just start it like that. Kind of work it around. There we go. All right, and this one I'm gonna have to scoot over just a little bit. Take a note of where that break is on that from the first ring we put on. So the break is right here, and the ring gap is right here. So I'm gonna put the other one over here. Yep, there we go. Nice and smooth, okay? Then we're gonna put on the second ring. Find your logo. The second one goes on the bottom, top one goes on the top. So this is where you'll put your ring compressor or ring installer tool. And there you go, spread it. Find the groove on the second. And leave that there, try to. I'm gonna follow that up with the second one. This has a dot indicating the top part of it. And that one's gonna sit just like that. So, second ring's here, top ring's up top, 12 o'clock. With the dot facing upward. I like to rotate them around that we got the oil in there. And we are fully installed. You can throw some oil on the skirts and stuff if you're gonna go ahead and get ready to put it in. I'm just leaving them in there for now because I still need bearings, rod bearings, which will be probably next. Well, I just realized I didn't do an outro on this video, so sorry about that. It's a few days later. But that's pretty much it for this one. Be sure to check out if you haven't yet. I got a new design out for the LTD Quicksilver car. Make sure to check that out here. Hats, hoodies, t-shirts, accessories, you name it, it's all on the website. Should be in the first link down below. Make sure to check that out. And the other affiliate links I have as well too. So until next time, stay tuned. We'll be getting these parts in and start installing them. Peace.